Have you ever had someone close to you who seems friendly in conversation, yet on a deeper, instinctive level, you sense that something just isn't right? Have you ever felt that subtle discomfort, an intuition hinting that something dark lurks behind that smile? Carl Jung, one of the greatest scholars of the human mind, introduced the concept of the shadow, the hidden part of us that we deny, though it often shows in how we treat others. When someone feels hate, envy, or resentment, they tend to conceal it, yet never completely. The signs are there, they remain subtle but unmistakable. Today, I reveal 8 unmistakable signs that show if someone close to you secretly harbors hostile feelings, even if they try everything possible to hide them. Be cautious, because sign number 8 is the most insidious of all and might completely change the way you see certain people. Hidden hostility does not always manifest openly. Some people prefer to express it with sarcastic jokes or biting irony. They mock things they know are sensitive for you. Yet, when you try to point it out, they reply with phrases like, "I was only joking, don't be touchy," or "You just don't know how to play the game." This behavior is particularly subtle because it leaves you feeling uneasy while the other person maintains a facade of harmless humor. In reality, repeated ironic comments on sensitive topics serve as a clear sign of hidden contempt. If their jokes always leave you feeling humiliated or belittled, and if they are repeated over time on the same subjects, it may be not only humor, but a sign of repressed hostility. Jung argued that our personal shadow is projected onto others in a subtle, sometimes even involuntary manner. When someone repeatedly uses irony to attack certain aspects of your personality, they are revealing a part of themselves that they cannot acknowledge. If someone close to you feels threatened by your success or growth, they may try to sabotage you in subtle ways. Sabotage isn't always overt or direct. Sometimes it shows as misleading advice, miscommunication, or small mistakes that, when combined, hinder you from reaching your goals. A friend or family member who fails to tell you important details, leaves out key information, or inadvertently complicates things for you may not be as absent-minded as they appear. If these incidents are repeated and consistently occur at crucial moments, it is time to ask yourself whether they are truly coincidental. Observing the consistency of these behaviors helps determine whether there is an unconscious desire to sabotage you. Jung explained that when a person lacks the courage to face their failures, they may unconsciously project their frustration onto others to avoid feeling inferior. With silent competition, some people cannot accept that you're successful at something without feeling the need to outdo you. Every victory you win is followed by an attempt by them to shift the focus onto themselves or to downplay your achievement. If you share a piece of good news, instead of congratulating you, they respond by talking about themselves. If you mention your success, they're quick to claim that they've achieved something similar, or even better. This unspoken competition often stems from deep insecurities. Those who engage in it cannot bear to see you shine because it challenges their own sense of self-esteem. If every conversation with this person becomes a contest, there is likely an unexpressed resentment behind it. Jung argued that shadow projection makes people see in others the qualities they are unable to develop in themselves. For this reason, those who feel inferior will try to belittle you or compete with you to avoid confronting their own feelings of inadequacy. Those who secretly harbor dislike for you may mask it with a superficial but unworkable kindness. When you need help, they minimize your problem or make excuses for not being there when you achieve success. Their enthusiasm appears forced or non-existent. This attitude can be especially noticeable at key moments in your life. If you notice that someone close to you is always unavailable at important times, or reacts indifferently to your accomplishments, it may be that they don't have genuinely positive feelings for you. The lack of true support is not always easy to recognize, but it becomes clear over time by watching the person's reactions to your successes or difficulties. Jung spoke of ego dissociation as a mechanism that causes some people to be emotionally detached from others. This can result in coldness and an inability to support those around them. Number 5 is control disguised as caring. Some people try to dominate your life under the guise of doing it for your good. They tell you what to do, criticize your every decision, and cast doubt on your ability to make choices. Their intent is not to support you, but to make you feel dependent on them. This control can be hard to spot because it is often disguised as loving advice and apparent concern. A key indicator is how they make you feel. If after each piece of advice you feel more insecure instead of more confident, you may be dealing with a form of manipulation. Jung argued that the need to control others comes from a deep fear of internal chaos. People who cannot manage their own uncertainty try to govern the lives of others so as not to deal with their own emotional turmoil. People who have negative feelings toward you rarely express them directly. Instead, they choose to discuss them with others, spreading criticism and distorted information about you. This behavior is especially insidious because it affects you indirectly, often without you being aware, until you feel the consequences. If you notice changes in the attitude of those around you without a clear explanation, or if some friends or colleagues start avoiding you or acting colder, someone may be spreading negative information about you. False or exaggerated rumors are a powerful tool in the hands of those who hold grudges, as they undermine your reputation and gradually isolate your public image. Carl Jung explained that the need to discredit others is often an unconscious attempt to project your insecurities and frailties onto them. Lack of joy in your successes. True friends are happy for you and celebrate your milestones, but those who secretly bear grudges struggle to hide their annoyance. You can recognize them by their cold reactions, sudden changes of subject, or attempts to downplay your achievements. If you share an accomplishment and they respond with a detached, "Oh, that's great," or immediately shift the focus onto themselves, they may be experiencing envy or poorly managed competition. Carl Jung explained that the inability to rejoice for others reveals an unresolved internal conflict in which the success of others reminds one of their shortcomings. This happens because seeing you achieve what you want highlights what they have not been able to achieve. People who feel this way often try to minimize your achievements with phrases such as, "Well, it's not that important," "I did something similar a while ago," or "You should have done better." These words are not just opinions, but signs of latent impatience. If you notice that someone around you has a hard time celebrating your victories and shows signs of annoyance instead of happiness, it is likely that deep down, they feel something very different from what they show. The 8th sign deals directly with hidden details in nonverbal language. Hidden hatred reveals itself in the most subtle ways. It is often expressed not with words, but with involuntary signals and attitudes. A glance that escapes at the wrong moment, a forced smile, a sudden change of expression, or a tense silence can say much more than 1,000 words. Many people try to mask their feelings, but the body always betrays the deepest emotions. If someone pretends to appreciate you, yet feels hostility toward you, you will notice it in subtle gestures. Their hands may stiffen when you talk about a success. The tone of voice might shift slightly when they offer a compliment, or they may avoid eye contact at certain moments. Carl Jung argued that the body and the unconscious never lie, even when someone tries to hide their feelings. Nonverbal language always gives them away, because the conscious mind can put up a mask, but the body responds to real emotions. If you sense tension, discomfort, or coldness in a person, trust your instincts. You may have picked up a signal that your conscious mind has trouble rationalizing. Recognizing these signals requires attention and sensitivity. Words can be deceptive, but body language and small details always reveal the truth. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more insights, and share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Until next time, keep listening to your inner wisdom.